Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Taurology 33 channel. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season and Happy New Year. And this is your January 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I'm actually going to start those up again sometime in January. So when I decide to do them, I'll make an update on the community section of the channel. And as far as what we have in front of us, it's why I call it a bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. And once we get through all those, we actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And keep in mind, it is a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left side as your energy toward the connection with your main love interest, and the cards on the right as their energy, if you feel like the energy should be the other way around, then trust that. All right? So I'll fold out of the way. Past energy on your side, we have tradition. So this is actually a major arcana card for Taurus. It's the equivalent of the Hierophant. So this is definitely saying that you might have actually felt confident in the connection. You definitely, I'm guessing, saw some long-term potential within the connection as well. You might have saw that this was someone you had a really solid long-term future with. But then there could have been something about it that might have made making it a formal connection a bit difficult. And the reason I say that is because in this deck in particular, we have Romeo and Juliet as far as the names on the card. So could just be saying that even though you might have really wanted to lay down roots with this person, there could have been some outside factors that might have made that a bit difficult. All right, the past energy on their side, we have the King of Wands, and that's actually the court card energy for Leo. So some of you could have been dealing with the Leo. On another hand, this could just be saying that, you might have felt very comfortable at home with this person, but I feel like in a way, too, they might have had an energy that they brought toward the connection that made you wonder if maybe it was just more of a sexual thing for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the contrast between the two energies, and I'm thinking of okay, this looks like someone who wants to lay down roots, and then this person, typically there's that loyalty there too, but they definitely have a lot more of a passionate approach to things. So I could see where that could have caused a bit of a mismatch. If we think about Taurus and Leo energy, naturally they square each other. So could have been some tension there in that regard. All right, in the present position on your side, we have the 9 of arrows in reverse. So put this in the upright while we talk about it. This is a Gemini energy here. And when it's in the upright, it definitely points to anxiety, losing sleep, just really being stuck in your head. So for me, with this showing up in the reverse, it looks like you're feeling a bit more confident and sure of how you view the connection now. And, could have been the result of a few different things. I mean, we had that full moon in Gemini not too long ago. And then there's going to be one coming up in Cancer at the very end of December. So given that this represents the present energy for January reading, and that's going to be actually in your third house communication, could just say that around that full moon in Cancer, you might feel a bit more sure of yourselves around communication, how you're feeling about the connection, how you think about the connection. Present energy on their side, we have the 3 of Chalices, which is Cancer energy, speaking of which, and Knight of Chalices, which is Pisces energy. So this deck in particular, with 3 of Cups, this makes me feel like this is someone who really sees potential in the connection as well, but there's also a lot of love and passion within that as well. I do see that they view the connection as having a lot of potential as far as, it's a very fertile connection. I always see that egg, and that's what that makes me think of. And then with that Knight of Chalices energy, could just be saying that they're expressing themselves around those feelings as well. So could just be saying, again, I do still get the passion vibe from this person's energy. And yes, you could say part of that could just be the nature of this deck, but I think it's beyond that. I think this is just saying that they still have that passion there, but they might express it in a more emotional way, so that might just mesh better with your energy. If we think about the fact that earth and water tend to go together better than earth and fire, basically. So just a generic example of what I mean there. And again, seeing that Cancer energy does tell me that probably around that full moon in Cancer toward the end of December is when this energy is going to shift for you guys. All right, and future energy, we have illusion. So it's interesting because, like I said, in the past position, you seem to be very sure, like, okay, this is totally what I see with this person. But like I said, maybe their approach might have been a bit too passionate in a way to where you were wondering, okay, what is this person really in it for, right? Then in the present, it looks like you're coming out of that uncertainty. And like I said, it could just be because this person's approach is changing a bit to where the passion is totally still there, but they're more expressive on an emotional level. And now here in the future, we see illusion. So, but keep in mind, this is the energy that you're bringing to the connection. So it could just be saying that you're starting to be confused around the connection again. That's one possible way this could be playing out. Another way it could be playing out, though, could just be saying that you might be causing some confusion for them. And what stands out to me, too, is the contrast of the two characters there, and that makes me think of the tradition thing. So again, there could definitely be some situation where maybe you definitely have that total draw to this person. You totally see yourselves with them, but again, there could just be some outside circumstance that is possibly making you hesitant to actually formalize the connection. So just a generic example, maybe you have like a disapproving family member or something like that. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting there. Um, Bottom of the deck on your side, we have desire. So again, this is more Cancer energy. This is the equivalent of the Chariot card. So I'm definitely seeing significance around one, communication, coming up for you guys around this connection. And then also, if we think about Cancer being a natural ruler of the fourth, toward the end of January, you guys are going to have the full moon in the Leo, which is your fourth house. So definitely between that Cancer full moon and that Leo full moon, I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication and probably of an emotional nature for you guys. Future energy on their side, we have the Emperor. So this is Aries energy here. And so on the one hand, if this is the approach they're taking, then I could see where you might get confused again, right? Because like I said, here we see that fiery energy. Then we see, okay, they're watery energy, so the passion was still there, but more emotionally expressive. And now let's say they're back in that fire energy. So that could be possibly why you guys are in that confusion again, maybe doubting, like, okay, is this all just an act because this person wants one thing, or do they actually see the long-term potential for the connection, you know? But with this here, I feel like they actually do. Could just be that they might get a little frustrated with you, and so you could really see like where there's that clash the energies where it could just make the connection feel a bit disjointed, and it's probably leading to frustration for both of you, quite frankly. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have Justice. So this is Libra energy. So really, the way this is sticking out to me, which is very interesting, is it feels like on your side you're trying to go to much more traditional, proper route, right? But underneath it all, you have a lot of passion. And then on this person's side, I feel like it's the other way around. It's like outwardly they're expressing a lot of passion, but underneath it all, they have that very proper view too. So it's funny. It's like the two of you have the same goal, but just two totally different approaches to getting there, basically. And you could even see that in a way as far as this is Cancer energy on the bottom of the deck on your side, this is Libra energy. So just like we see the square there, we see it here. So I feel like it's really the two of you do have the same goals, but you're just approaching it from different angles, and it's just leading to the connection feeling disjointed, quite frankly. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. So first we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck I have here, and I did pre-shuffle this deck, so what we're going to be looking for is just some jumpers. First we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck. But sometimes we do get additional messages here, so we'll see if we get anything. Oh, got one there. All right, and next we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you. All right, nothing coming up, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. All right, yeah, nothing coming up there. So let's see what we got on your side. Okay. We have lessons. It says, I didn't know what I had until you were gone. Lesson learned. Interesting there, and maybe that's what that nine of arrows is representing for you guys, with it coming up in the reverse, to where, like I said, it's picking up on that vibe that you guys really did see long-term potential with the connection, but I feel like there just might have been something with their approach, like I said, might have been a bit too passionate, to where you might have wondered, okay, well, are they only in it for sex or something like that, right? So you might have withdrawn from the connection for that reason. Or again, like I said, maybe there's some other outside variable, like someone in your family, for example, that doesn't like the person, just a super generic example. And so you might have withdrawn from the connection, but now you might feel like, okay, I really do actually want to be with this person. So I could see where that could fit. And again, I feel like there could definitely be, if not outright communication around that, but at least some insights into that feeling, probably around that Cancer full moon at the end of December, for those of you who haven't already experienced that, or possibly even up to the Leo full moon toward the end of January. But I really feel like you guys are going to already be in that energy coming into January. And yeah, and then like I said, I feel like there's just going to be that doubt. So we didn't get any card on their side, but I feel like on the one hand they are pretty straightforward. Like they definitely have that passion for you, but like I said, I feel like within their approach, it might just make you a little bit doubtful as to, well, what's their real intention, because like their sexual attraction to you could be very heavy. But again, like I said, seeing that Justice card at the bottom of the deck there does show me that they definitely do see that long term committed potential as well. But they just could just have totally different approaches to it compared to you. All right, so the last thing is we'll get something from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation as far as I did pre-shuffle this as well. But here we're just going to be looking for one card, and then we'll wrap up. All right, nothing's coming up, so I'll give it a few more shuffles. In worst case, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card. Yeah, so let me just put the deck down. And give me a second to tune in, and we'll just pull a card. Okay, we'll go here. All right, we have building blocks. There's the artwork, and the number is 28. Okay, so it says, strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. The Oracle's message: you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So definitely a pretty positive message there. And also, I think your general reading for January sounded pretty positive as well. So hopefully that resonated with you. And the relationship message says, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. So interesting message there as far as what stuck out to me was the fact that it said desire, and then we see that chariot card in this deck is called desire, and it's on the bottom of the deck on your side. So again, that's really getting my attention drawn to that full moon in Cancer, which, like I said, for those of you who are watching this in January, would have already happened. But I feel like that's really going to be a big part of what shifts the energy for you guys. And it sounds like you guys are just going to build a foundation. Like I said, it looks like you totally both are into it, but there's just totally different approaches, and their approach seems to throw you off a little bit. But like I said, seeing that justice in a foundation really to me shows that they also want something long term. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Once again, hope you guys are having a good holiday season and a happy new year, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.